out everybody and no one can whoop him. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Chris coming at you with another episode to the Beautiful Struggle podcast, and this is episode 30. And for all my new listeners out there, if you guys don't already know, the Beautiful Struggle podcast is all about self-empowerment, and it's all about empowering you to live the life that you deserve, all right? And shout out to all my listeners that have been rocking since day one, since episode number 1. We've came a long way on episode 30 now, and I'm really excited to take this podcast to the next level in 2020. And if you guys have not already listened to last week's episode 29 with Shannon Lombard, it's a phenomenal conversation, and I highly recommend that you pause this episode and you go back and go check that one out. All right, so shout out to Shannon Lombard. Part 2 to that conversation coming very, very soon. And with that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it today. It's just me, myself, and I on this podcast. I've had something on my mind and my heart that I've been wanting to speak about for a very long time, and something that I actually been wrestling with myself. And I want to talk about mentors and mentorships and having the right people in your corner. And I really believe, despite anyone's age or anyone's current situation or anyone's current circumstance, I believe that mentors are an absolute necessity in our life. And I just wanted to give you guys a list of some notable mentors that mentored other people. And I was actually surprised by some of these people on this list. Number 1, Gandhi was Nelson Mandela's mentor. That was pretty interesting. I didn't even know this, but Steve Jobs mentored Mark Zuckerberg. Maybe you guys knew that, but I didn't. Maya Angelou mentored Oprah Winfrey. And as we all know, Kobe Bryant was mentored by Michael Jordan. So pretty cool list. So coming back from the young adults retreat that Morgan and I attended a couple weeks ago with the church, you know, one of the biggest things that I was challenged with at this young adult retreat is our pastor said that as married couples, we need to have other married couples in our lives that we can go to with our problems. And typically, these married couples are not going to be, you know, our best friends. These are not going to be people that we go to the bar with and hang out with, and It's not none of that. These are people that know all our problems, from our deepest secrets to our financial situation to our household problems. These are also people that should give us that unbiased, godly advice. So anything that we're going through in our life, we should be able to go to these people. And typically these people are going to be someone that have been married a lot longer than us and that has been through everything that we've been through. We should be able to go to these people and get advice from them. And we really don't need any, and this is no disrespect, but we really don't need any single man or woman giving us that counsel that a married couple needs. They haven't been through, you know, they haven't even been married yet. So it's kind of backwards to ask them for advice. And, you know, I think sometimes we get caught up with our friends and the people around us that we seek advice from people that are not even married, you know. And it's nothing wrong with seeking advice from people, but, you know, we want to be careful who we're seeking advice from, and definitely put ourselves in a situation where we're getting the right information from a credible source, right? These married people, they're not going to be, we don't want them to be enablers. You know, we don't want them to allow us to settle for less, right? So I definitely don't want, you know, a married couple in my life that, you know, when I'm going through a situation with my wife, I don't want another man telling me that's married to say, hey, you know, you can go ahead and hit that strip joint, go ahead and hit that alcohol to release that pain, or, you know, to get away from your problems. You know, you don't want these type of people that are going to enable you to do the things that your flesh is calling you to do. like I said, they're not going to be okay with you just settling for less. They're really going to put you in a situation to figure out your problems and to get right with your spouse. And it's crazy because just last night, my wife and I were invited to a Valentine's Day party, and it was married couples only. And I really thought it was just going to be another party with, food and, games or whatever. That's what I thought it was going to be, but I was totally wrong. Not only did they have games and challenges, and it was really cool to be in a room full of other married people, and they were at different stages in their marriage. Some people were newly married like us. Some people have been rocking, I think, for like 24 years or something crazy like that. So it was cool to be in that environment, and really it was a great time. And they had a lot of great activities. We did the whole battle of the sexes thing. But the bottom line, at the end of the night was, marriage is it's a really, really difficult thing, and doing it alone can be even more challenging. So getting around the right people and getting around like-minded people is going to help you with that situation. And for all my single folks out there, I'm definitely not going to leave you guys out. The same thing applies to you guys. Start seeking mentors if you don't already have those people who are in your life. And, seek the people that have been in your situation, been through your situation, and are living the life that you want to live. Because with simple conversations that you have with a mentor, and I've been in this situation plenty of times, these conversations will really be able to show you, they'll be able to show you shortcuts, and they'll be able to have you bypass a lot of wrong turns in the process. And 2020 is really the year that I'm focusing on surrounding myself with the right people, because with the right people in your life, it would allow you to create the right environment and situation to really live the life that you deserve and the life that you want to live. So whether you're married or not, I think it's really important to have these people in your life that you can go for guidance and you can really model yourself after. And for the married folks, I can't stress how important it is to have the right people around, to have the right people in your life that are married and that you're doing life with. And really, these are things that Morgan and I are working on every single day. And you're probably asking yourself, this is all great information. This is motivational, but how? How do I find the right mentors? I don't even know where to begin to look. So I'm going to give you a quick couple tips on, what you can do to reach out and find your mentors. And like I said, I'm not in that perfect situation yet, but, we're definitely working towards that. And, it's something that we're focusing on every single day. So the first thing that you can do is it's all about having the right mindset to reach out for help. And, some of our greatest leaders, in the United States, in the world, they fall because they simply don't reach out for help. They don't seek help. Their ego gets in the way of what they believe in and who they are, and they feel like they can do life by themselves. They feel like they can accomplish everything by themselves, but that's really the furthest from the case, because we all know that you can do great things by yourself, but you can do phenomenal things with a team of people. So, one person that comes to mind when I think of reaching out for help is Kobe Bryant. He reached out to Michael Jordan all the time. And it was even times where they were literally on the same court together, playing against each other in a game, and they would be having conversation back and forth. And I don't know we don't know what the conversation was, but, obviously Kobe Bryant was seeking help. And there's been numerous occasions where Michael Jordan has came out and said, hey, yeah, Kobe Bryant always asks for help. So the second thing that you can do is find someone you want to model after, provide value, and just be relentless with them. And the first person that comes to mind when I think about this is my brother Izu. I did have him on, I forgot what episode, but I did have him on the podcast a while ago. Shout out to Izu. But if I'm not mistaken, he said that at the time Izu lived in Florida, and the gentleman he wanted to be mentored by lived in Oklahoma. And, Izu said something like, he packed up everything that he had, and he told his mentor that he's like, yo, I'm coming to Oklahoma, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to be mentored by you. And I don't know where I'm going to sleep. I don't have a car. I don't have a home, but I'm going to figure it out. And that's really the relentless attitude that you may need to have. You need to, take those steps to attract the right people. And he even said from there, it didn't stop. He provided phenomenal value every single day to where it was a point where his time in Oklahoma was finished and he left. He said that he always wanted to leave with his mentor feeling like he's missing something, that he really needs Izu there. That's how much value he was providing, right? So really the third thing, and this is the next thing you can do, is you can start actively seeking. Seek, how they say in the Bible, seek and you will find. It's really amazing when you speak about what you want to do and you're active about it, how things will start happening, how things will naturally fall into place. And it's just one of these things where you really can't explain, but they just start happening. I can give you a good example. My wife and I, we want to really get into real estate, and it's something that we've been actively speaking about and actively doing research about. And it just seems like, every week we're getting, some profound piece of information that we can apply to getting to that next step of, getting into real estate and investing. And really the last thing I would suggest for people to do is this is something I did at a very, very early age, is I simply just use the internet. I've said this plenty of times. I've never really had a mentor. I never really had someone to go to. But what I did have is I had resources, and the resource I had was the internet. So one person I always talk about and I always listen to this day is Eric Thomas. And really from the age of 18, when I first heard one of his motivational videos, I was hooked. And I'm 25 now, and I've been to a conference by his, and I'm always listening to his information and the people on his team, and that can be seen as a mentor. People don't realize that. They want somebody that they can have their number and just call right away or just FaceTime. But you can get that information online by just simply going on YouTube, by just simply using Google or whatever the case may be, or even books. That can be a very, very good starting point for you. And you can ask Morgan. I would, listen to some information by Eric Thomas and his team. And, I would talk about him like I really knew him, and I just had a conversation with him. Like it's absolutely insane. So go out there and, find an author, someone on YouTube or even Instagram, whatever the case may be. Find someone that's really empowering and just simply apply the knowledge that you're giving out. There's so many different mentors out there online that are just giving out free content. And it's really on us to do whatever it takes to apply that content. And to wrap all this up, mentors are going to show us the ropes, and they're really going to empower us to reach our fullest potential. And when you surround yourself with the right people, and like I said, your intentions are pure, everything's going to fall into place, So I really, really pray that, someone out there takes this information, takes this podcast, and goes out there and seeks out for a mentor. Like I said, I'm working on it every single day, and I'm actively seeking. I'm educating myself. I'm making myself more valuable. So when that perfect opportunity comes, I'm going to be ready for it. And, with that being said, don't go through life alone. Reach out for help. And on that note, it's your boy Chris, and I'll catch y'all next week.
That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder and big. cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.